So we're standing up about hip distance apart. We're going to pull up on our toes. We're going to feel the four corners of our feet. Base the big toe, across the heel, base the baby toe, and the opposite side across from the heel, or of the heel, sorry. When you're ready, we're going to spread out those toes, fan them out on the floor. Maybe do a little rock back and forth. Feel the connection now. Those four corners. Feel them rooting into the ground, rooting into your mat. Coming up through our legs, I want you to think about pulling up on your thighs. Engage those thigh muscles to help pull up on those kneecaps. Check in with your hips and pelvis. Think about our pelvis as a bowl. Is our bowl neutral? Are we tipped forward and the water is spilling in front of us? Is it tipped back and the water is tipping behind us? Have that nice neutral pelvis. No spilling of our water. Coming all the way up to our spine, standing tall, reaching out through our crown. Shoulder blades are sitting on our back. We're going to go into our Sun Salutations. We worked on these on Tuesday as well. We're going to do the first 2 rounds nice and slow, and then we'll start to speed it up. When you're ready, if your eyes are closed, we're going to open. Take a nice big breath in. Exhale for our forward fold. Bringing our hands down towards the floor. And when you're ready, hands come on our shins. We're coming up to a half back. Release our chest to the floor, framing our right foot with our hands, stepping our left foot behind into our lunge. So we can stay here in a high lunge. We can drop our knee to a low lunge if that helps. We can keep our hands framing our front foot, or we can come up with our hands on our thigh, or we can come up with our hands high in the sky. So we want to think about that front knee in line with the ankle, pulling up on that thigh, on our back leg, dropping through the center. Lovely. Slowly release the hands back to the floor, palms go flat. We step our right foot back to meet our left into our high plank. We can stay here in our high plank, or we can drop to our knees for a low plank. You can stay up on your hands, or you can drop down to your elbows. While we're here, we're careful that we've got that straight line. Ears, shoulders, shoulders, hips, hips, knees, and ankles. We've got our center engaged. We're reaching out through the crown, pulling up on those thighs. Lots to think about. We're going to hold it here for 2 more breaths. On the second exhale, you can knees, chest, chin to the floor, or you can slowly push up. When you're ready, let's take it down. Uncurl the toes, pushing back into our child's pose. And again, we can bring the big toes together, open up our knees, or we can keep them together and let our belly rest on our thighs. Head comes up on an inhale. We're going to slither forward into our cobra. Remembering, we can come baby cobra with no pressure in our hands. We can bring our forearms on the floor into our sphinx, or we can push into those palms, coming up into our full cobra. You go to what level works for you in your body today. We're all at different levels in our practice, and we all have different bodies, so you do what works for you. We are just going to gaze, either let our eyes go up to where the ceiling and the wall meet, or just in front. We're careful of our neck. We avoid that scrunching of our neck. Slowly release our chest back to the floor. You can either Bring your hands under your shoulders, curl your toes under, and come up into a downward dog from here. Or back up onto your fours, curl your toes under, and then press up into your down dog. Your choice. Really think about those fingerprints on the floor, gazing out between our heels and our shoulder blades on our back. Bending into our knees, we can hop our feet forward, or we can right foot, then left foot. Into our forward fold. We're going to take a nice big breath in, reaching all the way up towards the sky. Exhale the hands back to heart center. Second round, we start with the left leg lead. Big breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Think about those sit bones high in the sky. Bring our hands onto our shins, coming up for half back. Just looking at the floor in front of us. Exhale our chest back down, stepping right foot behind into that high lunge. Left foot is leading. Knee in line with the ankle on that front leg. Drop on that thigh in the back leg. Hands can stay on the floor. Hands can come on the thigh. Hands can come high in the sky. And I forgot to mention again, we can drop that back knee, remember? Whatever works for you in your lunge. Lovely. Release those hands. Stepping left foot to meet right, high plank. And again, if you're having issues that your bum is creeping high in the sky, instead drop your knees to the floor. This is where you may be with your practice, and that's okay. We want to let ourselves progress through our poses, progress through our movements. On the next exhale, knees, chest, chin, or push up. Uncurl the toes, push it back into our child. On your next inhale, your head comes up, and we're going to slither forward again into that cobra. Find the level that works for you, baby, sphinx, or full, your choice. And again, we can let our gaze go up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. We can close our eyes, whatever works for you. Careful with those necks. Slowly release your chest back to the floor, and again, hands can come under your shoulders, curl your toes, go up into your down dog from here, or push up into your fours, hands and knees, curl your toes, then push it up. Bend into the knees, left foot, right foot, or hop it. Forward fold. Slowly coming up, big breath. Exhale back to heart center. We're going to speed this up now just a little. So we won't do our hands high in the sky for our lunge. We're going to keep our hands on the floor, and we're just going to flow a little bit faster. When you're ready, big breath in. Exhale, coming down. If you do want to stay a little longer in a pose, stay a little longer. Up to our half back. Drop our chest, right foot leading, left foot behind, runner's lunge. Palms come flat, plank. Slowly release your chest to the floor, push it back into child's pose. Head comes up, slither forward. So if you do want to stay in a pose for a little longer, you just come in when you're ready. We all go at our own pace. Release your chest, curl your toes, or you can come up into table and then to your down dog. Right foot, left foot, or hop, big breath. Exhale to heart center. Inhale up, exhale, forward fold. Half back, release, lunge, left foot leading, right foot behind. Palms are flat, left foot comes back for plank. Release your chest, uncurl the toes, back for child's. Head comes up, slither forward. Cobra. Whatever level works for you. Release your chest, down dog. Bend into the knees, hop it, or left foot, right foot. Big breath. We're gonna do 4 more rounds, so it's 2 more on each side. When you're ready, big breath in, forward fold. Hands on your shins, half back. Release, hands to the floor, step left foot behind, right foot leading into your lunge. Drop your palms flat on the floor, 2 feet behind plank. Slowly release, child's pose. Head comes up, slither forward. Cobra. Release your chest, hands under those shoulders, coming up into our down dog. Right foot, left foot, hop it. Big breath, reaching all the way up. Hands to heart center. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, forward fold. Hands on your shins, half back. Release your chest to your thighs. Runner's lunge, left foot leading, right foot behind. Love it. 2 feet behind, plank. Release to the floor. Child's pose. Cobra. Release, down dog. Left foot, right foot. Big breath, reaching up. Exhale the hands back to heart center. I'd like you to do the next 2 rounds on your own. Do you need me to say the poses or can you work through it? Anybody need the poses said? Okay, I'll stand closer to you. So I do want everyone to go at their own pace with it, get the flow. If you only do 2, that's fine. If you end up doing 4 because you're faster, that's fine. So get your groove. Whenever you're ready, big breath in, reaching up. Exhale, forward. Half back, hands on your shins. Release to the floor, hands, step your left foot behind, into your lunge. Step 2 feet behind, into your plank. Release to the floor when you're ready. Push back more into your child's pose. Head comes up, slither forward into your cobra. Chest is flat. Head comes up. Push it up into your down dog. Step your feet forward. Big breath in, reaching all the way up. Exhale to heart center. Reach it up again. And we'll repeat. Exhale, coming down to your chest. Down chest to your thighs. Half back, hands on your shins. Bring your hands to the floor, framing your left foot, right foot steps behind. Step 2 feet behind. Drop it down. Back into your child's pose. Head comes up, slither forward. Down dog. Feel free to go for a second round, or when you'd like to be finished, standing at the top of our mat with our hands at heart center, letting our breath come back. but feel free to finish or to even add on a second set. Totally up to you. Whenever we like, we come up to heart center, back at the front of our mat, and softly close our eyes. Really beautiful to watch, guys. It really was. Everybody was doing their own. It was lovely. Keep going if you're still in it. And maybe right now you want to throw yourself into another one, that's fine. Or if you're ready to let your heart come back, let your breath come back, come to the front of our mat and heart center. So we're going to keep working on these sun salutations. I'm going to ask Mary if she minds if I teach again Tuesday, and I'm going to ask Victoria if she minds if I teach Thursday again. And we're going to do this similar class, and we're going to work these sun salutations, and I'm hoping by next Thursday everyone's going to do 4 rounds by themselves. It's nice to watch the flow and for you to feel the movement and get into the poses when you want to. Hold something if you want to. It was actually really pretty. You guys are awesome. So let's think about that connection again, our feet to the floor, spreading out our toes, 4 corners of our feet. Going into our balance or tree pose. Shift our weight towards our right side, picking up our left leg. Left knee in front of our hip, left hip. Open the leg towards the side. We can bring our foot inside our top of our inner thigh. We can put it below our knee. We can put it above our ankle, just with our toes on the floor. And if you need to, you've got the bar in front, the ledge, the wall all around. Think about the heel pressing into your leg and your leg pressing into your heel. Whenever you're ready, let those branches grow. Sometimes our branches dance in the breeze. It's really windy today, so you can use that if you like. Sometimes we're long and straight and strong. On your next exhale, bring those hands to heart center. Release, then those shake out. So now let's again think about the connection of our feet to the floor, spread out those toes, 4 corners. I didn't say it last time, but I should have. We should have a soft bend in that knee. We are going to pull up on the thigh, shifting towards the left, right leg comes up, open, inner thigh, below the knee, above the ankle, toes on the floor. Want to work our balance every day. Let the branches grow. And if you're starting to find this is really, really easy, by taking a black mat, it'll make it harder. Those thicker mats will throw you off and have to work your stabilizers. Or even if you softly close your eyes. On the next exhale, bring those hands back to heart center. Return the feet to the floor. Little shake out. Big breath in. Reaching those hands all the way up. Exhale. Coming all the way down. Bringing our chest back onto our thighs. And we're just going to hang here for a couple of breaths in our forward fold. If you like, grab elbow to elbow. If it's comfortable, let the chest, belly hang on the thighs. If it's not comfortable, lift them up slightly so that you feel more comfortable. If you like to let your hands drop and feel a little flow back and forth, feel free to do that too. Maybe you're noticing as well that at the beginning of class, when we did our first forward fold, we were only able to get our fingertips on the floor. Maybe now you're getting your knuckles. Maybe you're able to get close to your palms. It's always nice to see how our bodies change during class. Bend into those knees, bringing our hands to the floor. We're stepping back into one more plank. Just one more. Reaching out through our crown. Pulling up on those thighs. Blow out your birthday candle. On your next exhale, slowly release to the floor. Knees, chest, chin, or push up. Uncurl the toes, push it back into your child's pose. Taking our left hand, we're going to thread it under our right arm, and we're just going to look between our right arm and the floor and out towards those fingers of the left hand. Just threading the needle. Slowly release that left hand, and now let's thread our right under our left. Releasing whenever you're ready. Coming up onto all fours. We're going to do similar to our bird dog, which was our opposite hand, opposite leg. But this time, we're going to do our tiger. So we'll start with our left leg and our right arm. We're going to lift it up a little bit higher than we did with our bird dog. And then we're going to bring our elbow and knee to meet underneath. We're going to lift a little higher. Elbow and knee meet underneath. Whenever you're ready, let's come together. I'd like you to do 2 more on this side. You can go with my count, which is 1 more, or you can go on your own. So switching sides when you're ready. So again, we lift it up a little higher, we pull it under our chest. Lift it a little higher, pull it under our chest. We have 2 more. When you're finished, we're going to slowly release our chest down towards the floor. We're going to just come into our crocodile just for a couple of little breaths here. So our legs are about mat width apart. We can do hand on hand, parallel, our arms parallel to the front of our mat and our forehead on that top hand. Or if it feels good for your neck, elbow on hand, hand on elbow, head on top. If you need to take it a little further because it feels good for your neck, hand on shoulder, head on that top hand. Find what's good for you. Just going to focus on our natural breath for now, feeling the belly press into the mat on the inhale, and feel the belly press off the mat, or lifting off the mat, sorry, on your exhale.